It seems in today's world that most everybody has the magic pill or the magic fix or the answers for everybody else. So, my question is, are you doing you today? Meaning, are you living your life for yourself? Are you being authentic? This is a huge thing that's heavy on my heart is authenticity. Because I don't know, I can't handle the fakeness. It's just and here's the thing too. Putting this little tidbit note in there. Nobody's perfect, okay? Um so if I step out of line and somebody gives me constructive criticism or says, "Hey, when you did this, I felt this," or "When you said this, I felt blank." Thank you. It's not that hard. Like, of course, you don't want people attacking you, but pain is a teacher. So if somebody's attacking you, then okay, thank you, pain teacher, and move on and learn the lessons, right? Process, absorb, assimilate, eliminate, and grow. That's what we're here for is growth. You know, are we here of service? Are we adding value to our own life and to other people's life? Are we truly being authentic with those who we serve? If that's what we are projecting into the world, if you have something to offer, offer it. Somebody may need it. I'm sure. That's why we're called here to be our authentic self, our true self. That's why we're uniquely and divinely made. We don't need replicas of somebody else. Be you, do you. And yes, if you have something to share, share it. I've always gotten this, I guess it just makes me giggle in a way when people get offended when they say, "Well, I gave my advice and you didn't take it." Well, are you living my life? No. You don't wake me up. You don't get up and pay my bills and take care of my kids and my house and all that kind of stuff. Like, my survival does not depend on somebody else's opinion. I think it's a beautiful thing to ask your friends, your family, whatever, to seek knowledge outside of yourself. But for a person to say, well, have a bitterness that somebody didn't take their opinion, it's just like they asked you for your opinion and that was it, not to live their life, okay? So don't take offense to that. Give somebody your opinion without needing them to 100% act on what you say because you don't know their journey. You don't know how they process what they've been through. It's totally different. What you gave them may work for you. Let's come full circle. What you have to give or to teach or somebody's opinion may work for you in your circumstances, but they don't for somebody else's. That's why you shouldn't be getting offended when you think that you want to be there for somebody or you say, "Oh, I keep telling them they should do this or they should do that or whatever, and they're not doing it." Whoa, there's a reason for that. Everybody has their own journey. And who are you or I to tell anybody what to do or how to live their lives? We can, of course, leave our golden nuggets, share from our hearts, and have loving intent with what we put out into this world and hope that we touch lives, souls in a way to grow and prosper others. But that doesn't mean we have to get snarly or an offense or, not continue to be there or love somebody authentically because they don't constantly do what you say. I cannot stress that one enough. So I'm going to come back to, are you doing you today? Are you living your life as your best self? Taking what you have in this life, like your deck of cards, the hand that's been dealt to you, the cards that have been dealt to you. Are you playing that at your best ability? And more than likely you are, because I truly believe, and this is actually really hard, because some people are atrocious. I've come across a few. But anyways, and I'm sure we all have or will in some way, shape, or form. But we're all, in a way, to use the analogy, dealt a hand. We have our cards in our hand, and it's all of our scenarios, you know? I can only speak for myself, so single mom. I have children to raise on my own, you know, different statuses and different levels. That's the card I was dealt. Those are the cards I was dealt. All the little things the bullet points that I could give. If I didn't say it, because I don't think I did, we're all doing the best we can with what we have in this given moment. And you might think, well, yeah, they could totally do better. But you have to take that statement and go way deeper. Because if somebody thought or knew that they could do better, they would. Because I'm going to put this in parentheses. Unless you're like mentally disturbed, like with a character disturbance or a psychopath or a sociopath, and you're really messed up, I don't have the answers for that one because that's way above my pay grade. Not there yet. Maybe ask a clinical psychiatrist or psychologist about that. They may be doing the best that they can with what they have, but they might not even, because of where their mentality is at and their mental health, they probably don't want to do anything with it. But for all the normal, sane people out there, I'm not trying to trigger anybody or hurt anybody's feelings there, because again, that mental health state of that severity, not for me to speak on, but for the normal lay person, we do the best we can with what we have, because if we felt loved, supported, and encouraged, we would all be doing probably 10 million times better. And I say that because you have to listen to what I'm truly saying. If we felt, you can have somebody tell you, I love you, I'm here for you, but those are just words. Where's your actions? Where's their actions? Where's your actions? Are we calling or texting or reaching out to our friends and families, colleagues even? How are you? Thinking of you, praying for you, how can I be here for you in your time of need, whether they're in a time of need or not? How can I celebrate with you? How can I support you? Are we doing that? Are we doing that? Are we doing that for ourselves? Are we thinking about ourselves and taking care of ourselves? Are we of a mentality to serve, to be of service, or are we looking at what we can gain? I did a video not too long ago, a little short actually, about what you're trying to prove and or who you're trying to prove it to. And when you ask those questions to yourself, are you being in your life for yourself and your greatest good and for others? And are you doing that authentically? Because everything has a root. And this is where it's like my journey to go deep into that spiritual realm, to heal and not to be on the surface, not to do that superficial living, and to live deeply connected to our source, to love, to our purpose, to our authentic self, in a state of wholeness, worthiness, because we're all divinely created to be there. In this world, I know we all can look around and outside and even within and see struggle and pain and strife and sorrow and agony. But we have the power to change that, starting with ourselves and authentically projecting that outward. Because when we allow our authentic light to shine, when we are acting and imitating in a certain way, people are watching. And when they watch and they see and they can sense and feel like, wow, they're doing really good, or gosh, it's inspiring people to rise, to do better, to be more than what they've given themselves credit for. That's a beautiful thing. If we want this world to change, if we want our lives to change, we have to put in that effort. You know, it takes effort to get out of bed in the morning. It takes effort for every little thing, whether it's joyous or painful, whether it's stressful or brings you so much happiness and joy, or somewhere in the middle. You know, life is not effortless. We have to put effort into it. And I'm not saying it's hard work, because we have to have that conscious language. I don't want you to say it's hard. I don't want you to say it's work. Most people don't like the work that they do. So just use a different word. And I like to say effort, because you have to understand it takes effort, energy, even to shower. I love to shower. Who doesn't like to get clean? Or, cook. Takes effort. Takes effort to do your hair, even though I don't really do that. It takes effort to do your makeup, even though I don't really have that on. All these things, conscious language, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to bring it around, though, to where I originally started, to try to wrap it up. This world is going to give you, there's a lot of information out there, okay? A lot. And a lot of it's good, and a lot of it's meh. But find what works for you. And when you come across something, I hope you take the time to vet it and see if it's authentically in alignment for you. And, or if you have already been following someone, a program, a process, any kind of relationship work within yourself, with others, practice the pause. Maybe do some journaling, some meditation. Process and think about, is this working for me? Because sometimes we do and engage in something and make a commitment to something, and we shift, or something within us shifts, or in life shifts, and it no longer is in alignment. So focus on that one. I think we are all in so much of a hustle, keeping up with, I don't want to say keeping up with the Joneses, I think that's too cliche, but keeping up with what everybody else demands of us. Somebody else's opinion. Somebody else's, oh, well, you should be doing this, or you're not doing that, or if you would just do this, then blah, 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 blah. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it works for others, but it doesn't necessarily work for you. If it's not working for you, take another gander. Where can you say yes and say no, step out, step in, and change things up so it does align with your greatest and highest good? That's people, that's places, that's things. Make sure that today and every day and every moment, you are being you. You are living this life for yourself, for your greatest and highest good. You are living authentically in alignment with your true and highest self. It's in a space of love. Just a little side note before I exit. I want to repeat this. I have two major premises, and you'll probably hear me say it a lot. Sorry, my glasses. We all need love, support, and encouragement. And we thrive with unity and community. Those are my two big things. With love, support, and encouragement, we will thrive. And in unity and community, we will thrive. If on the surface that doesn't ring, go a little deeper and think about that one. Process that a little bit more. You know, if you have a business, if you want a paycheck, if you want a house, electricity doesn't come to your house just on your effort alone, or water, or your business doesn't thrive on your efforts alone. Or if you have a job, it doesn't thrive on your efforts alone. You have to see we are all connected. And that's deep and hard and challenging sometimes, especially when you know or have experienced really tough, challenging, painful, sorrowful situations with others. I know. Whether it's family, friends, work, anything, any kind of relationship or situationship. You're not guaranteed an easy life. And when pain comes in, don't just ignore it. Because pain is a teacher and it's here to teach you. And if we ignore things, they're just going to keep recurring until we learn. Because we're here for growth. And honestly, we're here for joy. And we, as an individual, within ourselves and in our communities, are the ones who decide what that looks like for us and for others. So, be you in your authentic highest self, and process or think or reflect, that's probably a better word, reflect on how you want to be of service in unity and community. And check in with yourself. Are you loving and supporting and encouraging yourself? Are you loving, supporting, and encouraging somebody else? Who have you been denying love, support, and encouragement? Is there somebody in your life that you could reach out to? Could you reach out to yourself? Because you know your cup has to be full before it can runneth over. Self-care is important. Okay? Don't let the world distract you from being you and feeling and knowing, in an inner knowing, that you are worthy, that you are enough, that you are loved and deserving. I want to put that in there. You are deserving. In the here and now. No matter what is happening, you are deserving, worthy and enough and loved. We can all become a little bit better. And with a little bit of effort every day, we will climb that ladder. And you can see it as a going up or going within to the depths of your soul, to your greatest and highest good. With love, I'm going to end this, and I'm going to bid you adieu, much and many blessings.